So the business today is already driven by AI, and the future is clearly for those businesses which accept, adopt, implement, and include the artificial intelligence in their various functions and activities that they do. The reason is the artificial intelligence is nothing but a technology that is based on the real data which has been captured over a period of time with several variations. And therefore, every company, every business, when they plan new products, new territories, new brands, new pricing, new strategy, what they do is use the past data. In the past, it was difficult to capture such data, and even if you captured that data, it was quite difficult to analyze and get the meaningful reports from these data in the manner in which you want. What AI does, AI has enabled creation of LLMs, large learning models. So the big data that is created, AI technology learns from that big data from various angles, including qualitative and quantitative data, including the way people are thinking or people behave in different kind of situations. So that reality is captured in that large learning models, and based on that, AI provides the information or the outputs for businesses to take the key decisions which are more impactful, more meaningful, and more accurate. And therefore, those businesses which are shying away from AI, thinking that it is a magic or it is something not meant for everyone, will eventually vanish very soon. And that soon is not that far. I'm talking about maximum 10 years. What I have observed worldwide, a large number of students, especially in business schools, they do not love numbers and the analysis of numbers. This is a great problem. All businesses are operated based on numbers. And today these numbers, which when I say numbers, actually I'm talking about data, both qualitative, quantitative, psychometric, behavioral. This data is coming in several forms, several ways, and this data is huge. So business students specifically, many times they interact with me and they say, Professor, I chose business discipline, and especially within business marketing or human resource management or strategic management, because I'm not good at mathematics or at managing the data. And this is why I have taken these majors or these disciplines. Unfortunately, they were always wrong, and in AI era, they are grossly mistaken. So the number one skill that they need to acquire is, I will say, interest, skill, knowledge, and competence in understanding the various avenues of capturing data, using that data with appropriate models to analyze that data, drawing actionable insights from those data, and then using those actionable insights to develop the programs, strategy, tactics, actions, goals for the functions that they may be involved after graduation in any type of business. So that's my advice for the future students to work in the area of data science, understanding the science behind the data and the analysis of data, and that will develop the AI capability in them, because the fundamental of AI is the data. The challenges that I see, particularly for India, is the lack of talent. So, in terms of the technological evolution or development, particularly after COVID-19 incident, India is not behind any country in capturing the data. So India has started capturing all kinds of data and it's available. The problem is the universities, institutions, schools are not preparing the talent that understands the fundamentals or fundamental science behind the artificial intelligence, which is important for the use of the data. So, number one challenge is the lack of talent. We produce, I guess, India produces perhaps the largest number of technical and science graduates in the world, maybe because of the sheer size of the population and the education being a core value for Indian families, and therefore they send their children for technical education, scientific education. But unfortunately, the education quality varies significantly across the institutions and universities in the country, and therefore the graduates do not have the standard basic capability for understanding the science behind the artificial intelligence, which, as I said, is about understanding the ways to capture the data in a meaningful manner, not just the number, but the qualitative data, psychometric data, behavioral data, and then understanding the appropriate methods and tools available to analyze that data to get meaningful and actionable insights. So we do have, in terms of certification, we do have large number of graduates with technical education, but in terms of practice, based on my experience, those educational backgrounds are not useful for businesses driven by artificial intelligence. So that, in my mind, is the biggest challenge. The human resource is the biggest challenge. The talent, a lack of talent is the biggest challenge. Oh, this is a very, very good question. The effective governance, again, like any business function or social function, societal function, the governance effectiveness also depends on the data and its timely availability. Let's talk about an example which is from a very mundane activity in any city or any town or any village. So as you know that some people, they just dump the trash anywhere. And that trash could be biodegradable or bio-undegradable, could be very dangerous and harmful for human beings, can create pandemic kind of situations. The municipal corporations or the village panchayat, they have money and they have ability to manage this trash very quickly. But the problem is the information. Do they have system to get this information, get this data quickly, so that before any damage happens to the society, they have the data, and as part of the governance, they can take the right action. This is one example I'm giving you. And in some cities in India, the government has taken big initiative in this direction. For example, in different locations which were suspected to be the places where the trash was being dumped, they have provided a mobile number and said that please send, if you see the picture of dumped trash, take a picture and send it with location to this particular mobile number by WhatsApp. And so that's an initiative. This is how it's helping them in the governance. Now, you increase the scope of governance to every dimension, whether it's a crime in the society, whether it's maintenance of cleanliness in the society, whether it is maintenance of order in the society. You talk about any level of governance, starting from local government level to the central government level. More effective decision making and action is possible only when the correct information or data is captured and transmitted on time, and that reflects or indicates to the action takers that here is a grave situation and action needs to be taken. This is where the AI can act and help the governance system function more effectively. As you know, the whole world is moving towards AI, as you said. A lot of universities are grooming their students to face the world that is being AI driven through the courses, through the laboratories, through research, and through various other learning tools. For example, very simple, ChatGPT, which is a generative AI tool. Some universities in India, for example, I have seen some professors are very much against it. But in many American universities, this is a basic AI tool that students get exposed to and trained to use it in an effective and efficient manner for better learning. So any tool can be a boon or bane. University like SRM should consider this as a boon and integrate AI tools in teaching and learning processes, and should provide training and create developmental activities for their students, so that when they go to the real world, they can actually are prepared to work with AI-enabled processes, systems, and structures. One good example I would like to give here for preparing SRM for the 21st century. These days, when you send your job applications, you send a resume. Many of you prepare a standard resume based on the guidance received from your placement cell. However, every job that you apply is not same. Different companies advertise for similar job with different job specification and job description. Your resume and the cover letter should be customized to the job description and job specification of the advertised job. The reason is, people, if they advertise for one position in India, they get tens of thousands of applications. So it is humanly impossible for HR function to look at every application, every resume, every cover letter. So actually there are AI softwares which recruitment officers in big companies are using, where your cover letter and application is fed to the AI tool, and AI tool rejects or accepts your application packet for the next round. So SRM can prepare, the placement cell at SRM can help you learn how to create a resume for a specific advertisement. What are the key words or the key phrases which should be presented in a particular manner so that the AI-enabled systems or softwares do not reject your application and accept someone who may be much inferior than SRM graduate but was skilled enough to prepare his or her CV and the cover letter. So this is just an example, but as I said, there is a lot that university can do to create students ready for the future jobs of digital economy. This is my first visit to SRM University. I have heard a lot about this university, good things in terms of the size, in terms of its reputation, and when I visited the campus, I found it to be very beautiful. Campus is beautiful. I came to know a lot about the quality of students, the size of university, the faculty members, and the quality of research that they are doing here. So I am very, very happy and feel privileged to be on this campus for these 2 days to organize this international conference as the co-chair of this conference.